It's the Run Walk Crawl Rasus Bannau on the 2nd of May. And we're looking at the compulsory kit for that race. You might have done some other races with Run Walk Crawl recently, and if you came and registered at the store, thank you very much for doing so. It's much appreciated. Something slightly different about the Rasus Bannau from the other races is the insulation layers. So if we start there, you're required to have a piece of mid-layer insulation in your pack at the start of the race that weighs over 300 grams. You can achieve that 300 gram weight using 2 long sleeve base layers, but I think there's a degree of common sense that comes into this. We have a lightweight capilene long sleeve base layer here. This weighs 170 grams, so 2 of these would get you over the 300 gram requirement. But realistically, from a safety aspect, it's not going to provide you with very much insulation. At the opposite end of the scale, the Patagonia Micro Puff jacket is very expensive, packs down small, and is super lightweight, providing a lot of insulation. But it weighs only 270 grams, so you would effectively have to take a thin, lightweight base layer with you. You could use a standard mid-layer fleece. A lightweight mid-layer fleece probably won't be heavy enough. Or you could have an insulated jacket that you already have in your armoury, but it could be quite heavy. This one is over 400 grams, so you might want to go a bit lighter than that. My personal recommendation, therefore, taking cost, weight, bulk and safety into account, would be a lightweight long sleeve base layer such as this Patagonia capilene with an Odlo warm base layer which provides remarkable warmth for weight. This weighs 200 grams, this weighs 170. At 370 grams you've got a top you can put on if you need to change your tops because you've got sweaty, but equally you've got a warm top that you can put on over the top for relatively little cost. Little bulk, little weight. To protect yourself over the top of these, the guys do talk regularly about your waterproofs need to have taped seams. We stock lightweight, what I would call emergency waterproofs from Mack & Sack. These have a good level of breathability, a reasonable level of breathability, a reasonable hydrostatic head for waterproofing, and have fully taped seams. With the waterproof trouser, they're packed down very small, they're probably less than £20, and I think that no matter what the conditions, you're unlikely to be running in them anyway. It's just there if something goes wrong. I think that's pretty good. In terms of the jacket for doing a 100-kilometre race in the mountains going through the night, you might well be putting this on during the race and using it. The weather could be horrendous, so I think I would want to step up from this. Still without getting expensive, Mack & Sack's ultralight range from their Venture range has recently upgraded, and it now has a 10,000mm hydrostatic head and a 16,000mm moisture vapor transfer rate. It's actually a really good jacket. It's lightweight, it's compressible, it's got a good degree of stretch in it, and that would be your starting point at about £60. You're required to take a warm hat or a buff. Personally, I would take 2 buffs. One you could wear around your neck, one you could have on your head. If you don't need one around your neck, put it on your wrist, use it as a sweatband. But plenty of people like a warm beanie if everything goes wrong, but it's a bit bulkier and heavier. Obviously, you're going to be running through the night. Head torch, absolute must. I've got a Petzl Arctic core here, which is plenty bright enough, around 500-600 lumens, but is still light and compact. Comes with a rechargeable battery but you can put 3 AAAs in, which you are required to carry with you. And then we've got a petrol light, which is a backup emergency torch. You will require all 3 things in your kit list. We'll also require gloves. We're into May, so you wouldn't necessarily run with a pair of gloves in your pack. So I've gone for something pretty light and compact here. But other people who really feel the cold in their hand, we have a much wider range of warm and waterproof gloves that are worth a look. You need to have a proper compass. We do a lightweight, very compact, very low price, about £6 or £7 compass that you'll always use in the future. It's worth having and required here. One of the big differences to the other races is the foil emergency bag rather than a blanket. This one is super compact, super light, has a whistle on the pull cord so that you have already covered that in your safety requirement. Top recommendation. First aid kit to go along with that, the Life Systems Nano kit is waterproof, lightweight, compact and recommended for by OM for mountain marathons, so it should be more than good enough for what you're doing here. You're required to carry your own paper map on this race, and in the main the route covers an area that is covered by 2 OS maps or 2 Harveys maps. However, we are lucky enough that Harveys have a Brecon Beacons map that is made in conjunction with the BMC, so it's a British mountain map and it covers exactly the race route. So that is the map to get. It's lightweight, it's compact and it's waterproof, so you don't need a map case to add extra bulk. It's still chilly this time of year and warm drinks will be available at some of the checkpoints, so having a cup that isn't going to burn you if you try and hold it and run with it, if you've got a mug of tea in it, something that will fold out and collapse small like this Life Seasonic collapsible cup is really good. Fit in a pocket, really handy, quick to get at, but pops out and is insulated so you're not going to burn your hands. Obviously, talking of drinks, you need to carry some way of carrying liquid en route. This race vest would be ideal from sponsors Ultimate Direction. It's got 2 500ml bottles. You need to carry a minimum of 1 litre of water, 500 each side. A number of people don't like bottles on the chest. This one will take a 1.5 litre hydration bladder in the back, and we have hydration bladders that are also insulated so you can keep your water as cool as possible for as long as possible. This is a 12 litre vest, the Ultra Vest, and will take all of this comfortably. Don't forget to take food that you have already tested, that you know you get on with on the route. There will be food at some checkpoints, but having something that you really know you like and works for you is important. If it's a hot day, things with a lot of salts and electrolytes in is important. That about covers it.